Do you think the reason women sing around their hands so much when they're working is because they don't know what it's like to have balls? It's not a universal rule, but the average woman's hand is just about ball height, so it's easy for them to hit you. But they don't think about that because they don't know what it's like. It's kind of like having a job. When you're unemployed, you think, I'd do anything to get a job. I hate having all this free time. When you're employed, you think, I'd do anything to get some free time. I hate having this job. At some point in this whole situation, I got a casual job sorting documents at a finance company. It was basically just looking up some numbers on a computer, writing them down, putting papers into files and arranging them. Very boring. Very, very boring. I had worked there before, so they knew me, plus they were paying me. I also got to listen to music and podcasts, watch YouTube videos as I worked. I could wear whatever I wanted, solid hours. But there were a lot of documents, 10,000 of them. And we had between a week and 2 weeks to work, no weekends. Whether we actually had to finish the work in that time was unclear. But what I didn't tell the assistant CEO, and anybody else for that matter, when I took the job was that I hadn't been feeling well. Every day, my body would lose all its energy and I had to struggle to get out of bed. I had to struggle to do anything. If I ate something, I would eventually feel better, but it was usually a struggle to do that too. My body would start to shake. I was also nauseous, couldn't sleep without medication, and I just felt like shit. What have you been up to? The assistant CEO asked me. How could I tell him that I'd been doing absolutely nothing for several months, just rotting in bed, and that I had turned down an internship because I was too afraid of losing my creativity? Writing. Yeah, I've been writing. Every day at around 9:30, this sickness would come over me. I had told my parents about it on the first day, but after that, I insisted that I was fine. Because I had just turned 23 and had just finished university, I could no longer mooch off of my mom's insurance. I couldn't go to the hospital because there just wasn't enough money for that. And when I took the job, I really needed the money. I was being paid daily, so missing a day would take a sizable chunk out of my expected pay at the end of all of this. One day, I just couldn't take it anymore. I spilled my guts in the toilet bowl at 8:30. I couldn't get to work, couldn't even get to the shower. It was a shitty day all around. The night before, I had fallen under some kind of induced psychosis because of my sleeping meds. They made me lose like an hour or two of my memory, but they knocked me out just like that. Fair trade, I guess. Nighttime, he likes to text my friends incoherent shit in the middle of the night though, so there is that. This was new though. I heard voices. I don't remember anything they said, but it was weird. One afternoon, 3 police officers stopped me while I was on my way to a supermarket. They were in a tiny little white car. A lady in the front passenger seat craned her neck to say hi to me. Immediately, I felt a sense of danger. My body was telling me to run. I've never been robbed before, but I imagine it feeling humiliating. How you're betrayed by another person's humanity. Like being stripped in a crowd. That's how I felt. They got out of the car, a man and another woman. They circled me like vultures. The man told me they were police, while one of the women put their ID in my face. They forced me to empty my pockets. The man seemed disappointed that I didn't have anything, just my phone. He stared at me like I was hiding something. Tell him it's just the dreadlocks, one of the women joked. Yeah, I somehow mumbled. I had been in this weird fugue state. It felt like nothing was real. I was in control of my body, but not really. There was no past, present, or future. Just a long, winding road of sunrises and sunsets. My memories were like paper. You could tear them apart with ease. I wonder what it's like to harass people for a living. The police probably earn more money from intimidation than their salaries. But I went back to my life. Back to feeling like shit. I bought a big thing of Delamere yogurt and had it for supper that night. It was the only thing I could really eat without having to force myself. I woke up the next day and went to work, distracted myself, and somehow forgot about it all. It's a depressing way to live. putting your body through hell, pretending you're okay. I told myself that when I finish the job, at the end of the 2 weeks, I'll go to the hospital. But who am I kidding? I won't. I rather feel like I'm dying, because somehow it distracts me from all of this. It's easy to feel sorry for yourself when you're sick. You can't really do anything, right? And anyway, there's no way this job is lasting 2 weeks. It's just too much work. This experience has taught me that a job isn't for me. It doesn't matter if it's a corporate one or installing internet keyboard. That's why I've been writing these essays on my lunch break, in my tattoos, as I walk home. I'm not joking. I was literally walking on the side of the road the other day, my eyes glued to my phone, writing one of these essays. And if you live in Nairobi, you know how dangerous that is. But maybe if women had balls, they wouldn't swing their arms all the way to South Africa. Anyway, it's 1:59 p.m. and I have to get back to work. Balls. And they're not even exclusive.